It began quietly, a strange noise, a faint hum like marbles rolling across the floor or metal scraping metal. And then, the symptoms hit. Dizziness, intense headaches, nausea, memory lapses, even hearing loss. For many, the episodes came without warning, leaving lasting neurological damage. It first emerged in late 2016 in Havana, Cuba, among American diplomats stationed at the U.S. Embassy. At first, the reports were sporadic, easy to dismiss. But then the cases multiplied. Nearly 24 embassy staff and CIA operatives described the same eerie experience. Some claimed they were targeted in their homes, others while walking outside. The U.S. quickly evacuated personnel and launched an investigation. But the mystery deepened. Canadian diplomats stationed in Havana soon reported similar symptoms. By 2018, what became known as Havana syndrome had spread far beyond Cuba. Diplomats in China, Uzbekistan, Russia, even Washington, D.C. were reporting incidents. The list of affected cities grew, as did the number of cases. Over 1,500 people across the globe have now come forward, from State Department employees to White House staffers. The symptoms were as baffling as they were debilitating. Victims described being hit by an invisible force, sometimes localized to just one room. Many said they could immediately tell something had gone wrong, like their brain was being scrambled. Brain scans later showed signs of injury similar to concussion, even in the absence of blunt trauma. But there was no clear cause, no trace of chemicals, no infectious agent. The cases defied explanation. Initial speculation centered on sonic weapons, perhaps some kind of covert surveillance technology gone awry. But audio experts ruled that out. No known sound could cause such damage to the brain. Attention then turned to microwave radiation. In 2020, a report by the National Academies of Sciences concluded that directed pulsed radio frequency energy was the most plausible explanation. This kind of weapon, theoretically, could penetrate walls and silently affect targeted individuals. The Soviet Union had experimented with microwave weapons during the Cold War. Could a modern version be in use now? In 2021, the CIA began an exhaustive review of over 1,000 reported cases. The findings, released in early 2022, were unexpected. The agency concluded that most cases could be explained by pre-existing conditions, environmental factors, or stress. Only a couple dozen incidents remained unexplained. Those that occurred in hostile intelligence environments and involved multiple witnesses. The implication? That some incidents could indeed be the result of targeted attacks, but most were not. That conclusion wasn't universally accepted. Victims, particularly those from the CIA and State Department, felt dismissed. Many still live with chronic symptoms, and some have been forced to retire. Lawsuits were filed. Congress passed a bill, the Havana Act, to provide medical and financial support to those affected. Meanwhile, reports of new cases continued, most recently at U.S. embassies in Europe and Southeast Asia. The question remains, if this is an attack, who is behind it? Russia is the prime suspect, according to many experts. The Kremlin has denied any involvement, but some patterns are hard to ignore. Many of the unexplained cases occurred in places with active Russian intelligence operations, and yet no smoking gun has ever been found, no device, no agent caught in the act, no intercepted communication revealing a coordinated plan. Others suggest an alternative theory, mass psychogenic illness. Essentially, a kind of collective psychological response triggered by stress, fear, and suggestion. In high-pressure environments like diplomatic missions, the theory goes, symptoms can spread like a virus, even if no physical cause exists. But critics argue this explanation doesn't account for the objective brain injuries and hearing loss documented in some patients. It's a theory that feels too neat for something this strange. In the end, Havana syndrome exists in a shadowy space between science and espionage, between what we can prove and what we fear. It's a modern Cold War mystery, unfolding in real time with real consequences. The truth may be buried in classified files or hidden in the brain scans of the afflicted. Until then, it remains one of the most unsettling medical and national security puzzles of our time. An invisible force, a silent strike, and a mystery still echoing across continents.